If you think this is another generic video of people talking about all of these 4 steps, you are wrong, because when is the last time that you have seen a creator actually talk about in depth about 5 types of content structures about awareness, consideration, conversion, personal experience, and shared experience, and every example of those content types? When is the last time that you have seen a creator say, hey, do not use type forms in your profile? When is the last time you have seen a creator who talks about not to structure a VSL like a sale presentation, instead structure it as a lead magnet which is going to capture intent and create an urgency for your main offer? When is the last time that you have seen a creator who talks about Whoop and school communities and how you can actually monetize, upsell to the people inside your own community? What are you going to do with all the emails that you have? What are you going to do with the people who actually join your community? Imagine waking up to sales notifications from 3 different price points: high ticket, mid ticket, and entry level, all from the same content, all from the same audience, but completely different money architecture. There is a reason why the top 3% of info businesses do not talk about their offer structures publicly. Because once you understand them, how they capture intent, it becomes obvious to make so much more money. You are using a broken money model which has one price point, one chance to convert, and one offer. That bleeds revenue at every funnel stage instead of capturing cash from buyers at different intent levels. And that's the reason you are still stuck at $5,000 to $15,000 every single month. Well, today I'm going to talk about a money model that gets more leads upfront with a high conversion attraction offer, more cash upfront with an upsell, captures buyers who would have said no to your main offer, and actually create a continuity so that people pay again and again. Now, when you have this in place, when you have this type of money model in place, guess who is going to reinvest more into their business? Guess who is going to grow faster? Guess who is going to win the attention game? That's going to be you, my friend, right here. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the 4 systems: the content system, the profile funnel, the lead magnet system, and the retention system. If you think this is another generic video of people talking about all of these 4 steps, you are wrong, because when is the last time that you have seen a creator actually talk about in depth about 5 types of content structures about awareness, consideration, conversion, personal experience, and shared experience, and every example of those content types? When is the last time that you have seen a creator say, hey, do not use type forms in your profile? When is the last time you have seen a creator who talks about not to structure a VSL like a sale presentation, instead structure it as a lead magnet which is going to capture intent and create an urgency for your main offer? When is the last time that you have seen a creator who talks about Whoop and school communities and how you can actually monetize, upsell to the people inside your own community? What are you going to do with all the emails that you have? What are you going to do with the people who actually join your community? Nobody, right? In this video, I'm going to talk about all these 4 things and how you can scale your info business from scratch. So let's get started. Let's talk about the content system. We are looking not just for leads, we are looking for qualified leads, because when you're starting off, do not try to maximize the number of leads, maximize the number of opt-ins. Try to maximize the number of qualified opt-ins, and that starts with the content, because this content right now, which you are watching right now, is a highly niched content, because this attracts a highly qualified people like viewers. You either have an info business where you're stuck, or you're doing good but you're still watching this content because you think this is valuable, and that is what I'm saying right now. Your content should speak to your ideal ICP, ideal client profile, ICP. If you don't know this guy whom you're talking to, then you are in a pickle, right? You need to figure out who you're talking to, what exactly their pain points are, what motivates them, what creates an urgency in them. And that all starts here with the content, with a high level nurture content that I'm going to show you right now. If your primary source, I believe, is an Instagram, you're going to do Instagram story sequences, reels, carousels. If your primary income source is through YouTube, you're going to do long form content and reels, which is basically YouTube shorts, and carousel posts are basically YouTube posts, right? All of this comes to this core nurture structure right here. we have awareness content, we have consideration content, we have conversion content, we have personal experience content, and we have shared experience content, right? So let's start with the awareness content. Let's say the awareness content is about the content to profile leak that you have right now. Okay, your reels get 50,000 views, but your profile gets only 200 visits. Why is happening? This is the bridge that most fitness creators completely miss. And whenever you do a reel like this, do a supporting story sequence which actually talks about this one, right? Now let's go to consideration content. Let's talk about VSL structures, right? Most of your VSLs, which is basically the lead magnet, loses 60% of viewers in the first 90 seconds. And this is the exact system which fixes without reshooting everything. Format, carousel, or YouTube post. Or you can do a whole long form video about this and talk about that, right? And then the conversion content comes in. The cash flow strategy, the downsell structure that captures $300 plus from people who cannot afford your main offer. And that is exactly what I'm talking about right now, right? If you do not have a downsell, when you're selling a $5,000 coaching program or a one-on-one mentorship, it doesn't mean that people do not want to buy from you. They want to buy from you, but they do not have the investment to keep $5,000. But they do have something. They have at least $2,000 or $1,000 to keep and invest in themselves. But when you don't ask that, you lost the money right there. That's what I'm talking about here, right? Next, the personal experience, theme behind the scene strategy, right? You do a live breakdown of client audit where we found this exact leak costing them $8,000 monthly. Last week, I have made a video about the content to profile leak. If you did not watch that, I'll have an I button right here. After you watch this video, go watch that one, because this is what I exactly did in that video. I've shown what is exactly missing. He was actually getting 2.3 million views, right? Out of this 2.3 million views from the dashboard, he was actually only getting 36K profile visits, right? This itself is a massive leak right here, from here to here, right? From these 36K profile visits, the people who are getting the lead magnet is just 56. There are only 56 link tabs. I'm not even talking about the opt-ins here. Out of these 36,000 people who visited his profile, only 56 people actually typed or actually clicked on his lead magnet, which itself again is a massive leak that I'm going to talk about next in the profile structure on how you're going to do that, because his bio was not optimized, was clearly not guiding your people in one direction, right? Now, the shared experience theme, a client win, okay? Take a client screenshot, show the transformation of losing weight or earning more revenue from your system, right? This is the shared experience. When is the last time that a creator showed you this content structure? Now you know all the 5 types of contents that you need to use. Now, where do I come into the place? Right here, okay? When I work with my clients, I use this tool called Ghostwriter. This tool is basically the game changer for me and for my clients. Let me just go here, and this is the hook that I use right now for you guys, to hook you guys. There's a reason that top 3% fitness creators don't talk about the offer. That was the hook that I use right now. This is the tool that I use for my content. This tool will help you build VSLs, landing pages, hooks, you name it. This tool has it. If you're using Instagram as your main platform, if I hit Instagram right here and then just go, I can create content ideas for the next 15 days, right? I can create ad angles, I can create post captions, I can actually create your whole Instagram profile, the optimized version, the way that your audience actually want, and the way your profile guides to a place where they can go and opt in through a lead magnet. This tool is an A to Z tool when it comes to YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, building landing pages, email newsletters, everything. This tool is a game changer. And this is not just a generic chat GPT tool. This is a damn good tool which Iman Gadzi team actually uses. And when you partner up with me, this is the tool that I'm going to be using to create content according to your ICP, your ideal client profile, right? Now let's talk about the second thing, which is content to profile leak right here, right? When you talk about these content here, each of this content should either lead to your DMs or to your profile, right? With a CTA. If it doesn't do that, or if it doesn't create a curiosity in your audience to go and watch your profile or to go and DM you, you are not doing the right thing, right? Now I'm not saying that the first reel that you do or the fifth reel that you do, you expect people to come and comment you. That's not going to happen. But if you do have audience, which I think you do have, because you are here watching the content right now, and if your people are not coming and DMing you, if they are not coming and visiting your profile, then my dear friend, your content sucks. I'm sorry to say that, it sucks. So once they go to your DMs or your profile, it should go to a lead magnet, which I'm going to talk about next. But if it is actually going to a DM, you either have a growth operator like me, or a setter who actually handles your DMs, or have some sort of automation with ManyChat, right? And have some trigger words in them, and set up an automation behind the scenes and guide them to a specific path. And I'm saying you, that should be a game changer if you are working alone, right? Now, let's actually talk about the nurture profile system, right? This is a simple example of before and after profile. It should basically lead with who is it for, then the result, what they're going to get, and then a clear call to action to a VSL. But if you position it as a lead magnet, it is a game changer for the middle of the funnel, because this, you are still at top to middle of the funnel. You are not at the bottom of the funnel. People don't know who you are exactly at this point. And if you do include type forms or menu style link trees or too many socials in your bio, it's going to kill your conversion, because people are going to get overwhelmed by so many options. And if you have type forms, my dear friend, type form is not for the top of the funnel traffic. People are not warm enough to go and spend 5 minutes or 2 minutes writing their answers, filling up the form. That's not going to happen. If they are doing that, great. But that's the reason you are still stuck at $5,000 to $15,000 every single month. Now this is a good profile right here. It says leading for who? For busy woman, right? The result, lose 5 to 10 pounds. It has the authority of 20 years experience, and DM this for coaching. Now the next big thing is story highlights. This is going to increase your conversions drastically. Have at least 3 highlights which guide to one specific destination. Let's say start here session. Start like that, and then guide them and structure the story in a way with top of the funnel content which creates curiosity, middle of the funnel content which actually creates trust, and the bottom of the funnel content in the same story itself which creates trust and urgency to make them go and opt in to your lead magnet. That is the structure that you need to have inside a story. Now from this optimized profile with one clear bio which is actually leading to one clear step. Now this is my bio right here. What I'm doing here is that I'm just saying what am I doing and who am I helping, and then I'm guiding them to a destination to watch my monetization system, which you probably clicked on that, or you are probably an organic viewer from YouTube. This link right here, this video right here, what you're doing is the middle of the funnel traffic. Okay, this is a lead magnet for me, for myself, that I'm going to talk about right now, right? Let's talk about third system, which is lead magnet, right? This is the key. And lead magnet, please do not have type forms. Do not have type forms, okay? Have a value VSL, because you see what type form is going to do to your content is the highest point of motivation is when people walk inside the door. That is when people are actually on your profile. When your profile is optimized, when your profile is directing them to one specific location, and when your story highlights are creating curiosity, providing value, creating urgency, and making them trust, your type form, what it does, it says, cool, wait. Because people are not going to come when they just view your profile. People are not warm enough to fill in that type form. Now, here is what actually a value VSL says. Here is the outcome, here is the mechanism, here is the offer. And that is what I'm doing right now. Hey, this is the system that you need to have in your info business. This is what you are missing in every single stage. But what is the urgency for you, right? How am I creating that urgency? I'm basically saying that, hey, I have the tools. I have Ghostwriter OS, which does every copywriting thing that you need to do, which you don't know because you are a business owner. You are not a guy who sits and writes a copy. You are a business owner who's taking care of your clients. You cannot come every day and set up this backend stuff every single day and go look on it. That's not your job, right? And that's where I come in. So this is how I am structuring my VSL, and this is how you should structure your VSL too. I'm going to show you two different levels on how you're going to do the value VSL. Because why a video? Because it is more personal, less text, and everything is in one place. If you are still using landing pages with bulks of text, that is one more reason, 5 to 15,000, 20,000, even $30,000 a month, and you are making that kind of money with a landing page with just text, hands off. Because if you actually move to a video, it's gonna make a hell of a lot of difference, right? Now let's actually talk about what to have in that video, right? This is the stuff nobody talks about, right? And maybe very few people who talk about it. And if you are seeing those kinds of videos, good for you, right? And today I'm going to talk about two of those structures which are inspired from Alex Hormozi $100 million leads, right? One of the structure is that we solve one problem completely for free, no strings attached, right? You give one solution, one complete solution, not a preview, okay? And then create an urgency and show them that, hey, this is not just one step, you have 5 different other steps, right? In order to achieve your dream outcome, right? And now they will be like, great, I got solution to my first step, which I actually wanted, but I know I need to have these 5 more steps in order to reach my desired outcome. Right now, I like this guy. Hey, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. And then people are going to come and buy, because now they trust you. You did not fool them. You provided a complete solution and gave them actual results. And then also show them that, hey, this is not enough. You need these 5 things in order to go to your desired outcome. That is a value packed VSL right there, okay? The next one is you reveal a problem that they are not aware of and show them how you help them solve that problem in their journey. For example, let's say fitness, right? You reveal their problems in their fitness journey, walk through every single step, show the proof, give the value to them, and then say, this is how it is blocking you, and position your offer as a logical next step, and then have a CTA to buy. Now they are like, oh my God, this problem, I didn't know this problem existed. You did not know that VSLs should be structured like this. Yes, they should be structured like this, because the video you're watching right now, as I said before, is a VSL, right? I am doing a VSL for myself. I'm providing actual value, showing you the problems in your funnel system and helping you structure your VSL like this and creating an urgency that, hey, this is missing in your system. And what is my offer here is basically you could watch this video and go and implement by yourself for the next 3 months, or partner up with me and expedite the process and get it done in like 2 weeks. That's it. That's the urgency. And that is the difference. But there will be always that gap when you partner up with an expert and when you do it yourself. And that's the case with every business model, right? You can do the same thing with your clients, right? You can say them, hey, you can completely do this on your own, but how long is it going to take you to do this stuff, right? Once you talk about this stuff, you have a simple CTA to either a call booked or a payment checkout, right? And boom, you have a paying customer right there, right? Now, in this payment checkout, right, if people doesn't actually buy your offer, downsell them to another one which has 90% of what your core offer has, but remove the personalization. Like, do not engage with them. Just give them the frameworks and, hey, this is 60% less since you are still here, and give them, and guess what? People are going to buy that, because maybe they're not ready for $2,000, $3,000 offer, but they are ready to buy a $300 offer, right? Now you warm them up, you have their emails, you put them into a sequence and you warm them up and you give them value from those metrics, and now they will be like, okay, this guy is actually good. I've already spent $300 in it. Why don't I just take personalized offer that he's actually offering, and why don't I meet the people who are actually next level than me? And then you're going to have same client pay you $3,000. Maybe it's going to take 1 or 2 months, but it's going to happen, right? Now let's go to the fourth system, what you actually need to do once you have a paying customer, right? You need to have a good info product, right? And depending on the offer, whether you are doing a high ticket, whether you are doing a mid ticket offer, whether you're doing a low ticket PDF selling, right? It doesn't really matter. But on my audience, are basically high level people like you. Like you might be offering a high level, high ticket mentorship which costs $3,000 to $5,000 or maybe $8,000, right? Or you're doing a mid level offer which costs from somewhere between $600 to $1,500, right? You need to have a good area where you onboard people, and that's where Whoop comes in. You can do Whoop or you can do Scoop. That is your personal choice. In this case, I'm going to be using Whoop. What really happens here is that once you create a community, right, it's not the end. It's where you start compounding, right? You have one paying customer, you have another paying customer, you have 10, 15, 100 paying customers in the same group. Now they are like, hey, I am meeting the same kind of people who are sharing my same journey. I want more of this, right? And now if you open slots for one-on-one sessions for, let's say, 5 or 10 people that you're taking in, guess what? The first number of sales, what you're going to do is going to be from this community, because they're already warmed up, they already trust you, they already implemented the video lessons what you have given inside the Whoop community, how to set up stuff, how to go from point A to point B. Now they are like, I need more personalization. And guess what? If you even have 5 people who pay you $5,000 upfront right then and there, your revenue is going to become 3 times more than what you do monthly. That's it. That's the upsell that you need to have inside the community. That's how you need to use people inside the community to make better offers, serve them better, and make more money. That's what you need to do with a Whoop community, right? You engage them with games, you engage them with webinars, provide actual value, and then you upsell them with even better stuff because they now trust you with the stuff you've already provided, right? And this is the fourth system that you are probably missing right now. You are using some generic Facebook groups. Just get into a Whoop or school community, create actual UI. These stuff have actual UI which is going to make people stay inside the group and have a premium experience, right? Now if you're like, this guy just gave me every single step and told me what to do, what content do I need to do, how should I structure my profile, how should I structure my VSL lead magnet, and even what to do with my community. Now if you're like, this is too much stuff for me, I can't do all of this, no problem. I've shown you my Instagram. This is my Instagram. Just message me on Instagram and let's get talking. If you like it, go ahead and implement the stuff. Let me know how this goes in the comments. If you want to work with me, just message me on Instagram and let's start partnering and make some money.